So, welcome to the new week again. I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell. It was pruning day today, so I think I got rid of nearly everything that was dying. The vine over there that's trying to reach for the ceiling, I was trying to figure out what it was because all the pots at the bottom are just kind of mixed up together. I think it's enormous trying to take over again. Um, so everything looks better. Over on the succulent pile, I moved the that purple shamrock to downstairs because there's just way too many plants in here, and it was kind of dying back. And considering it's darker down there because there aren't so many grow lights around, if it dies back, it's okay. So I put it in that what is it called? That coat tree along with the prayer plant and spider plant and all the other regular house plants. I just climbed the stairs and chased Georgie around. What else? So that cork tree that I tried to make for the vanilla orchid, regular wood glue, it just kind of fell apart in the middle, even though it's still glued to the base, which is bottom plywood. But I think I'm going to break it off of that because I realized the internet I should have researched it more, right? The internet kind of knows how to glue cork on, and consensus says you should use something called E6000, so I went to go pick up some of that instead. And then I finally searched on the right thing and found out that the place that I got the cork tubes from has instructions on how to make, it's not necessarily kind of a big cork tree, but kind of a cobbled together cork thing for inside of a vivarium for things like lizards and frogs. So they suggest putting some sort of expanding foam around the PVC pipe that's on the inside. Luckily I had cut a piece of PVC pipe to put in there. And then using, they had a black aquarium grade silicone caulking, I think. So I went through and bought some of that online. Hopefully it'll get shipped soonish, even though I realize it's, plague and Christmas time. So maybe it'll be a little bit slow on shipping, even though it's not USPS, but we'll see. We'll see. So I was going to work on that this weekend if it was with the E6000 stuff, but I really think I should go with the expanding foam and the silicone instead. And I'm gonna peel that plywood off and give it. So I have cork slabs. They're not completely straight. They're kind of round because trees. But I think I'm gonna put the tree on top of a piece like that and try to level it out and adhere it with some more foam and silicone and stuff and see how it goes. And maybe just kind of plop that vanilla on top of the base and kind of squish it in with some sphagnum and maybe some more fishing line, and just kind of permanently sit it in a saucer because I have kind of some bigger saucers over there, so maybe it'll just kind of permanently live in a water dish. And I'll use the power of, I'm rearranging some stuff here so I can actually sit because I have too many plants in here. Use the power of water waking itself up the sphagnum in order to keep it kind of moist. The vanilla already looks kind of crappy, so if it dies, it's a shock it's even been alive this long. Oh, and I don't know if you saw, I sort of stood up some of the cork on those different monsteras. I really should go through and poison them. I should have done it before I leaned it against the other plants, but one of them isn't even rooted and the other one kind of looks pretty clean, and it came from a very botanically minded place, so maybe it's okay. It was watering day today. I already watered, so everything looks particularly great because they got water today and they got pruned. It's been around freezing for the last couple of days, so there's been snow on the ground. I think the warmest that it's supposed to get is the 24th, where it's supposed to rain and be like nearly, if not 50. And then the 25th, it's supposed to snow and plunge back down. So who knows if we'll have a nice sheen of ice all over everything from the day before, because it's supposed to be raining too. And then a pile of snow. Man, what a disaster. So can't really put any sort of insecticide on the plants outside anymore because it's too cold for them. I moved the temperate sundews and the last Sarracenia that I had got this fall down to the garden and the deli containers full of seeds to just kind of overwinter out in the cold. What else? The cork tree, overwintering plants. Oh yeah, whatever that development company that was supposed to put up like way too many houses in the field behind all of our houses here. And then they got talked off the ledge down to just 20. Hopefully it's like really close together townhomes that are bunched by the bike path and not by our houses, but we'll see. I'm sure I could look up the planning stuff too. I guess I'll do some more digging. So they started making a ruckus back there and started like putting down gravel on what looks like it's going to be a road or something. Man, now there's all of this construction traffic. I might start calling like the city offices to complain about all of the beeping and huge trucks and stuff all the time, because I'm sick of it. After this whole entire year of them doing the sidewalk over on the other street and stuff, it's been non-stop construction since I had to go home for telework. Absolutely every single day construction for what, 9 months now. I'm over it. Does this thing have a picture in here? No. Kind of a tendril that's not really going to make anything. What else do I have on my to-do list? Roofing company still hasn't given me a date, even though I gave them a deposit. I'm sick of waiting on stupid contractors, like, taking their sweet time. Like, if they didn't need to work, I wish I was in that position. Indoor work guy still hasn't gotten back to me. I think I'm just going to submit something to, like, that Home Depot will take, I guess, kind of orders for work and see if they can't rustle up somebody for it. I had found a fencing company a little bit too late earlier in the year that was gonna put in a fence for way cheaper than the other guy who I ended up using, but he could get out here faster and I just needed it in already so I could put up a garden. But maybe I'm gonna put in something with them to see if they have somebody who does like drywall and insulation and replacing some lights after some roof leaking damage, because the other guy, I don't care if he's cheaper. If he doesn't actually show up, then the work is not getting done at all. This year, trying to think, what else has happened? I've been applying to some jobs because I would like to get paid more, because who doesn't? So that, you know, maybe I can finish stuff in this house, like turning this room back into a full bedroom, and then that's what prompted me to buy the fancy plant stands that I'm gonna put this whole entire mess on, just to get it out of here. I can move all of these plants back on fancy plant stands into this room once it's a bedroom again, but, you know, just to have everything set and moved over in preparation for construction was my goal. Oh, some of these lights are already turning off because it's the end of the day, if you hear a clicking noise. There we go. Cinnamon tree is still growing nicely. Still don't know what the weeds on the bottom are. Guess I should look it up. The tray full of Monstera, I want to say deliciosa. I guess other people call it deliciosa. Node cuttings was dried out. What has it been, like 3 weeks? So I finally misted it and watered it again today, because there's a little begonia in there too that probably should stay moist. What else? There's still seeds working on ripening over here. Hopefully I have that in focus. And that might be about it, because we're at about 10 minutes anyway. If I remember anything else, I guess I'll tack it on to the end like I usually do, but otherwise that's about it. Okay, till next week. Bye.